We have well-established processes in place, well-defined practices that we follow. The Eclipse Foundation development process underlies everything that we do. We have extensive documentation about practices that help open source projects, open source project teams, committers, organizations work and know how to work and work properly in open source, work effectively in an open source context. The Eclipse Foundation development process describes how we do open source. It describes the structure of our projects. It describes the life cycle of projects. To some degree, that's an important part of operating as a good open source project. Three basic principles form the foundation of the Eclipse Foundation development process. Those are openness, transparency, and meritocracy. For a lot of organizations or a lot of people, openness and transparency are the same thing, but we actually distinguish between them. Transparency is a practice of making people aware of what you're doing. And that takes the form of using mailing lists when you are discussing notes, publishing the minutes of meetings, using a public issue tracker. Those are the kinds of things that inform the community of what you're doing, or at least give people an opportunity to participate in the project, or at least know what the project is doing, which leads us to openness. Openness is more about inviting people to participate and having what we refer to as a level playing field, where anybody who comes to the project gets to play by the same set of rules. So regardless of what organization they work for or other considerations other than the quality of the contributions that they make to the project. Meritocracy then is the third principle, is you gain new privileges as you demonstrate your responsibility and ability to operate within those new privileges. So people will come to projects and provide contributions in the form of code patches or whatnot. And after demonstrating some pattern of high quality contribution, may be invited to the project to be a committer. And with committers level responsibilities, they have the ability to accept other people's contributions, write their own contributions, push them into the repository. Over time, individuals may demonstrate leadership qualities and be elected into a position of project lead, right? So again, it's all about developing merit, showing the community, showing the project team that you understand the rules, you understand what's going on, and are a good open source software developer. The Eclipse Foundation, the projects team, provides various services to projects. Perhaps the most obvious one is our intellectual property due diligence process. We actually have a team at the Eclipse Foundation whose job it is to make sure that the content that projects are producing and that they're leveraging, that the licenses for that content is well understood, and that the licenses for that content is compatible, with across the project and across all of the software being used. We provide other services. We do reviews of projects to make sure that they are following good open source practices, and help projects get back. Projects that may have fallen off the path or fallen off the track, help them get back on track. We have trademark services that we provide. We've got started up a whole new security team where we are providing services to projects to help them understand how they implement secure code, secure builds, and just sort of generally making sure that the software that they're producing is of just high quality. We've engaged this year in a complete revamping of our intellectual property due diligence processes. In fact, it's bigger than that. We've really been trying hard to demystify many of our processes and make them easier for the community to engage in.